Good evening and welcome to Stuttgart, where we are live for the final of Adidas ROCKSTARS 2017. Over 80 athletes from 25 countries lined up yesterday to compete in what was a phenomenal qualifying round. And now, after a spectacular semi-finals earlier, we are down to the best 6 men and best 6 women. Almost 3,500 people are packed into the Porsche-Arena, ready for what is widely regarded as the most exciting event on the international circuit. My name is Liam Lonsdale, and I'm joined tonight by one of the world's strongest outdoor boulderers, Adidas athlete Nina Williams. Hey, Nina.
Hey, Liam.
And I also have with me 3 times ROCKSTARS winner, Sean McCall. Hey, Sean.
Hey, Liam.
In a few moments' time, we're going to have the presentation of the finalists, and what an incredible lineup we have for you. In the men's competition, from Russia, in 6th place is Alexei Rubatov, 5th place Kokoro Fuji, 4th place Dmitry Sharafutinov, 3rd place Jongwon Chom, 2nd place Mokotan Yamaguchi, 1st place Tomoa Narazaki. In the women's competition, our 6th place is Akio Noguchi, 5th place Yanya Gambra, 4th place Miho Nanaka, 3rd place Alex Puccio, 2nd place Shauna Coxey, and our 1st place qualifier tonight is Aya Ono. The athletes are about to join us on stage. The crowd are getting pumped up. Mike Hamill, host and MC, is doing a great job of getting everybody psyched. Listen to them roar. And here they come. So here is your 6th place qualifier in the first out tonight, Aya Ono, 21 years old, of Japan. Get ready for some noise as they welcome world #1 for 2 years running, all the way from Great Britain, It's 24-year-old Shauna Coxey. A very welcome face back in the finals of the Adidas ROCKSTARS event. She's been in the World Cup competition season this year after a break due to injury. It's brilliant to see her in another finals from this year's event. Welcome to the stage, Alex Puccio. She looked very, very strong today after a mixed season. It's the one and only from Japan, 20-year-old Miho Nanaka. Our youngest finalist tonight. She won the event last year, cementing her place in ROCKSTARS history. She's also ranked #1 in the world in the lead competitions. She's #2 in the world in the bouldering competitions, and she's lead world champion. Listen to the crowd go wild for Slovenian climber Janja Garnbret. And our first place qualifier outlast today. The climbers will climb in reverse order for the first two boulders. She's 28 years old. No stranger to this event, of course, winning it in past years. Here is Japan's very own Akio Noguchi. So there are your female athletes, and now we will get the men's presentation underway. So there is your first male climber out this evening, qualified in 6th place, sneaking in ahead of Jan Hoya, 21-year-old Tomoe Narazaki, who won this event last year. Now here's a face that maybe isn't familiar to you, but Mokotan Yamaguchi, a very talented Japanese climber, he won the Adidas ROCKSTARS event in Tokyo, which gave him a qualifying place here. Very pleased to see this guy back in the competitions and back on top form, of course. He is the 2017 overall World Cup winner, Jongwon Chon of South Korea. Another welcome return to a finals. His form has been on and off the past couple of seasons after being completely dominant in 2011, 12 and 13. Today is his birthday. It's 31-year-old Dmitry Sharafutinov. Two more climbers remaining to come out in the men's rotation. Another formidable competitor, very talented climber. 24 years old from Japan, Kokoro Fuji. And the first place qualifier and 6th guy out on the mats this evening. This guy is incredibly strong, incredibly focused, and will want to be stood on that top spot tonight in the super finals. It's 29-year-old Alexei Rubtsov of Russia. So now the athletes will get a chance to look at each of the boulders prior to actually climbing them. It's called the observation period or the inspection period. They'll go between each of those boulders now and get 2 minutes on each one. Mexican wave in the crowd. It's interesting to see, while we're waiting for the inspection to start, all of the girls are almost exactly the same height, give or take a centimetre or two. That should make for some interesting setting challenges. And so the inspection should start almost immediately. There we go. So the athletes now will get a chance to look at each of the boulders, work out where the start and finish points are on each of those blocks. They'll also work out the beta, share the beta with each other, and they will basically try and work out the ways to get to the top.
And for all you North Americans there, beta is definitely beta. If we are from North America, just be careful with that.
So here we are. Hey, so we're right at the side of the competition structure. You can see behind us where we are in relation to the wall. This is Nina, this is Sean. Nina, quickly, you competed in the semi-finals today. How was that?
It was a really fun event. The problems were a little bit hard for me, but overall it was a really fun experience.
And Sean and I were really hoping that you'd make it to the finals. Were you disappointed?
Honestly, no. This is my first time to Adidas ROCKSTARS, so it's a totally new experience for me, and I'm just really happy to be here.
And Sean, it's great to have you here, but we would much rather see you competing. Maybe you can tell us why you're not.
Yeah, when I was in Munich at the last World Cup of the season, I actually kind of tweaked my finger. I kind of told them right away that I probably couldn't compete, but I'd love to come out, help you guys with the live stream, be a part of it. Yeah, just be a part of it. It's amazing.
And you've been doing a really good job so far.
Thank you.
What I want to do quickly, just before we cut back to the inspection, is I want you guys to just give me a top spot, men and women. Nina, who do you think is going to be on the top spot?
I mean, my money is always on Alex Puccio. She's one of my best friends, so I'm always rooting for her. But the field is really strong, and it's anyone's game.
And Sean?
I'm going to have to go with Yanya. She's just such a machine. And for the men, I'm actually going to say Alexei. First after the semifinals, but looks like he's climbing amazingly, and I think he's going to take it.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm not going to tell you because I have to remain impartial. So maybe you guys can just quickly talk us through what's happening with the inspection now. Sean, what are these guys going to be thinking about?
Well, they're definitely going to look for the path of least resistance. I mean, they're going to try to get into the route setter's head. There are 6 of them all together. I mean, you can see right now the 3 Japanese climbers are all previewing together. But I have no doubt that if the other competitors kind of have doubts or want to share all their beta together, they're going to be talking behind the wall. They're going to basically memorize all 4 of these boulders, and they're just looking for multiple ways to do the boulder. So when they come out for their 4+ minutes, they know exactly what they're going to try.
And now you can see on the screen the route setting team, and this is probably one of the strongest route setting teams ever assembled. Lauren Larry-Lepore, of course, is the head route setter here. He's been assisted by Reini Fichtinger, Matthias Wojcik, Adam Pustelnik, Tomasz Oleski, and Robert Leisner, Manu Hassler, and Felix Buchmann. It's been really, really cool to see those guys developing the boulders over the course of this event. Sean, how hard is their job?
I mean, being a route setter is one of the hardest parts of all climbing competitions, and I think that they make sure here at the Adidas ROCKSTARS that they have enough route setters, and even more than enough route setters, to make sure that the route setting is really good, and it's super important for them.
Nina, the route setting so far has been exceptional.
Yes, the route setting has been an entirely different style than what I'm usually used to, but it's so refreshing to have to really put our minds to the test and our physical prowess as well. It's been a really cool thing to see.
And now we can actually take a look at some of the logistics that go into building a structure like this that the route setters get to route set on. So as you can see, DB Schenker doing a great job bringing in all of those panels. Basically, they have to bring the entire structure and build it in the arena. This is not a climbing gym. This is an event arena. We have architects, they have designers, they all come in. This whole structure is constructed by a company called Sintrock and consists of 300 separate boards, 1,200 hinges, 5,000 screws, 200 adjustable board holders, and 70 steel beams. It's an absolutely incredible structure that's built over the course of 9 days. I mean, look at it, it's just amazing. The central structure of the wall is two identical walls. That's what we call the super boulder. You'll see that going up in a second. That was constructed by Walltopia. So there you can see the panels going onto that structure. Goes up so fast. I mean, it has to be said, this is a time lapse. And there's that super boulder in the center. That's where the final part of the event will be held. The whole stage is actually 42 meters wide. But that's what it looks like when it fills up with people. And that's what it looks like when the climbers get on it. Absolutely amazing. The athletes still going with that observation. Miho Nanaka there just feeling those start holds. And there's Tomoe Narazaki, of course, last year's Adidas ROCKSTARS winner. And let's take a look at the history of the event and some of our winners from the past. So there's Alex Puccio and Anna Stor in the super finals back in 2012, 2011 even. When Anna Stor won. Amazing work. And then, of course, Kilian Fischhuber getting pipped to the post by Dmitry Sharafutinov. What a great event that was. That was when it was in Ötztal in Austria. That was the first year of the event. Then we moved it to Stuttgart. And that was the year that Alex Puccio took the win. So here she is in the super final. Seems like such a long time ago now, but she's no stranger to that top spot. And a familiar face in the men's competition. Sean, maybe you recognize that guy.
I do.
No, he's John Cardwell. So, Sean McCall versus John Cardwell in the super final in 2012. And of course, it was you that took your first win, Sean. Mm-hmm. Remember that moment?
Definitely remember it. It's something that's ingrained in my mind, and it's just crazy looking out at that crowd.
Then we go to 2013. Shauna Coxey on the left-hand side. Eula Verm on the right-hand side. And this was the year that Eula got the mantle up quickly and only just beat Shauna to the top spot for the victory in 2013. And in the men's super final, Jerne Kruder and Rustam Gelmanov. I mean, that haircut, it changes so much with Rustam. So fast, and it's cool to see the structure evolving as well over the years. Big press down off the right hand for Jerne Kruder. So psyched. You know it's good when you headbutt the button on the top. That was a big year for Kruder. And then fast forward another year to 2014. Akio Noguchi and Mina Markovic were on the Super Boulder for the final. After being denied in 2012, Akio Noguchi took the win and nearly ripped the podium to pieces. And of course, it was Sean McCall versus Jongwon Chon. Sean, who won this one?
I don't want to give it away, but it was the closest super final, I think, in ROCKSTARS history. And wait for the end.
Oh my gosh. Oh, you have to stand up.
I almost tripped hitting the buzzer and just barely got it ahead of Tom.
The rules these days state that it's the man that hits the buzzer and stands up that wins. But that day you won. Good work. Then, 2015, Mega Masquerade used the crazy toe beater. I will never forget that moment. That was one of the craziest things. She definitely surprised herself. 2015 winner from the USA. And of course, Rei Sugimoto versus you again. We all know who won that one. Won more titles in this event than anybody else. It was you, Sean McCall. And then, of course, last year, it seems like just a few moments ago, that Jessie Pills and Janja Garnbret battled out for the entire 4 minutes. And it was, of course, Janja Garnbret that took the victory with exhaustion. And then the most weird match that we've ever seen, Jan Hoyer versus Tomoe Narazaki. Tomoe flew up the boulder to take the victory in less than 30 seconds. And that can only mean one thing, is that we are now on stage and live, ready for the start of the 2017 finals. Sean, on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you?
9, because it hasn't started.
Yeah.
And that last one is going to kick right into gear.
Nina?
Oh, dude, I'm at a 10 for
Oh,
sure.
love that. She's going to 11. So you can see that. This is a really cool shot to get because that is what we call the transition tent. That's where the athletes' gear's stored. That's where they sit between attempts and chill out there before they come back out onto the mats to compete. Some members of the crowd. And there's the start list. So the climbers will climb in reverse order. Sixth place qualifier Aya Ono will be out first, followed by Shauna Coxey, Alex Puccio, Miho Nanaka, Yanya Garnbrett, and Akio Noguchi. In the men's competition, also the climbers will climb in reverse order. Sixth place, Tomoe Narazaki will join us first. He won last year and he'll be followed by Mokotan Yamaguchi, Jongwon Chon, Dmitry Sharafutinov, Kokoro Fuji, and our first place qualifier will climb last. It's Alexei Rubtsov. What's going to be going through their minds now at this moment in time, Sean?
I think they're going to be thinking about the boulders, and you can see actually some of the women are kind of going through the boulders. It's actually pretty cool to see views like this because everyone back in ISO is a little bit different. Some people like to just sit there and almost be in a meditative type state, and others kind of like, wow, they want to talk about the boulders, they want to go over last minute, like, hey, are you going to go left hand, right hand, and just make sure that those boulders are ingrained in their minds.
And you know, it's really impressive to see that all of the competitors are sharing beta. It's such a really good community to see that they are all really excited and sharing all their different techniques. So it really evens the playing field.
What was interesting there is that the guys were all silent, sorting the gear out, and the girls were chatting away, talking about how they were going to do the boulders. Is that a different level of competition, or are the girls just way more relaxed than the guys?
I don't think there's a difference in competition. Maybe it was because the girls' boulders were a bit more cryptic, and so they had to go over it kind of one last time when they got back to ISO. Not to say that the men's boulders aren't cryptic, but I'm sure if one of the guys has a problem, they're going to voice it to someone else. And
I have a slight theory as well, actually, is that those 6 girls are pretty used to being in finals together. They're going to be used to being in that isolation zone in a finals in a World Cup. They're all very close friends. The guys, it's a bit of a mixed bag, and there's so many guys this season that have consistently, or rather inconsistently, made finals. You know, there's just been such a broad mix that actually, you know, those guys aren't used to being in the room together.
Yeah, definitely. I know for probably a fact that the Japanese climbers will definitely be talking together. Probably there's somewhat of a language barrier. They can just, you know, share beta a lot quicker. But, you know, again, like I said, if there's some sort of problem that they really don't understand, I mean, actions speak more than words, so they can definitely figure out when behind them.
For the women, it's a solid girls' club, I'd say.
So we're getting a really close look at those boulder problems now, and they look really, really cool. The route setters have done such a good job. They've had some brilliant grips to play with. Very aesthetic-looking boulders. I cannot wait to see the athletes on them climbing. We should be ready with the action in just a few moments. The athletes will get a couple of minutes just to get themselves prepared, get their things together, and then they will join us on the stage. There's Mike Hamill getting the cue ready. The crowd is absolutely jam-packed into the building. Expect a big noise for our first athletes, both from Japan, both 21 years old, Aya Ono and Tomoe Narazaki. So here they go. First boulders on the first boulder. Tomoe Narazaki looking casual, and he had that prowl walking up to the boulder as you've talked about, Sean.
Yeah, I love the way Tomoe walks up to the boulders. It's almost like he's stalking the boulder.
Aya wasting no time there. Over into that dynamic move, onto the crimp with the right hand, up with the left hand. Right heel placed, so she's controlling the zone there. This looks like a tricky move over with the right hand. Matches in with the right. Oh, and she slips off there. Oh, look at that, Tomoe Narazaki tops.
Flashes the boulder too and just crushed it.
That's intent. That is a statement of intent right there. Very happy. What's going to be going through his mind now?
I don't know. Eye on the prize for Tomoe. Just made it look easy up there.
Casual.
It's always nice to flash the first problem.
First climber, first flash. Massive boost. So let's stick with Aya now. just taking a second on the match. She got pretty high on that boulder. Nina, is she going to be thinking, now I'm just going to take my time, I know I can do this?
Yeah, you know, she climbed really, really well through the beginning. And she sort of just missed that last dynamic move. But she has this start really dialed, so I think she just needs to keep it together for the top.
Let's see if she can. Bumps over with that right palm. Brilliant move there. Pops up with the left hand.
Very smooth jump. Come on, Aya.
Just trying to work out whether to use the heel or the toe. Switches to the toe this time. Desperately trying to get that left foot onto the volume. Pops and just slips off again. Sean, what does she need to do differently?
I think she's doing it correctly. You can see her trying to get her left foot back onto that gray volume, and you know, she's doing it right. She just needs to execute a bit, try a bit harder.
Mokotan Yamaguchi on that move just flew through that first move. That is his style, epitomized though.
This is definitely Tomoa's style, and just look the way he does it, especially those last two moves, he makes it look effortless.
It looked like he was just having fun warming up.
That's what I was talking about. You can see the left foot. She's trying to get it on. She can. Eventually, she just goes for it because it's exactly what you have to do. So it'll be interesting to see on her last try. Does she really try to go for that left foot, or just completely forget about it and just go for the jump?
What do you think, Nina?
I think that Aya needs a little more purchase with her left foot, whether she swings it around the corner or if she gets it up onto the more vertical part of the wall to get a bit more push.
Well, she pops that right hand across again and sticks it with the left. Takes the grip with the right, bumps up with the left to that sloper. Let's see what she opts for this time. She drops that right toe in. Smears high with the left foot. Big move now. Oh, and she slips off again. 44 seconds to go. Now, it's also worth pointing out at this stage that the athletes have 4 minutes plus. We don't have the flat 4-minute format. The athletes can climb once the buzzer's gone, as long as they are on the wall. Slightly different to the World Cup comps. Will that be in her mind, do you think?
I think it is in her mind, but the way she's starting the boulder, I think she might think it's 4 solid. 22 seconds is a bit strange to start the boulder. We'll see how rushed she is at the end.
Yeah, you'd think she want to take as much time for rest as possible, but she just hopped right on there.
Maybe she just feels good. She's not looking for the timer. Oh, let's hope she doesn't drop off, though.
No, I think she knows. And
and she drops
really
off on the
close
timer. Great effort from Aya Ono. Waves to the crowd, thanks them for their support. Heads back into the transition zone. Flash to the bonus zone for Aya, but no top.
She had the sloper pretty good that time, but it just wasn't quite enough.
So, next two athletes. "22-year-old Mokotan Yamaguchi is the winner of the ROCKSTARS event in Japan. He got his ticket to the ROCKSTARS event here from winning that event, and he waltzed in and claimed his place in the finals here too. And on the women's competition, 24 years old, 2 times world #1, Shauna Coxey. So, let's see how these athletes manage with this one. Mokotan Yamaguchi waltzes straight up to the boulder, looking very composed, eyeing up the dyno. Places the right foot, launches for the first volume. 1, 2, and just slips off. Shauna Coxey, meanwhile, looking really solid on those first moves. Reaches straight over with the right hand, looking very relaxed as she statically takes that left-hand sloper. Oh, and look at that. Bumps the left foot across straight away. That little bit of extra height. Oh, and slips off that screw-on. That's a bad hold, Sean.
Yeah, and what she did differently from Anna was that she did her feet differently. She got her foot right away onto the gray volume and did a small drop knee off that other start hold. And I think she's set up to do the move a lot better.
Look at Mokotan Yamaguchi, just missed the left hand there. It looked solid on the right. Here we go. We can see Shauna
Shauna's really utilizing that gray volume for more purchase. That's
Yeah.
a good move on her part.
So Mokotan Yamaguchi this time, after sticking the move, hits the top hold and matches, which puts him in second place. Smiles to the crowd, heads back to the transition zone. Shauna Coxey, very smooth, very relaxed.
It's funny, and it was, sorry, excuse me, it was Aya, but Aya here got her heel, and Shauna keeps her feet really low, small drop knee, might even skip it at all. Going back for what Aya did.
Really interesting to see how she's going to stick this. There's a really bad hold on that Voltonic volume.
Goes back to her initial method.
Very hard. Give that hold a brush, says Shauna. She's getting very close there, Nina.
Yeah, she's almost there, but that hold looks pretty bad.
It's pretty awful. And also, I don't think it's just that the top hold's bad, because it looks like she's in control on that. It looks like the left hand just isn't given enough to slow down the whole movement. That momentum, bringing her legs round, making her propel away from the wall. Yeah, that's what seems to be pulling her off.
One thing you do have to be careful of is actually that is not the top hold. I almost made that mistake once where there was a hard move exactly on this wall. I matched it, and that top hold is actually right over the top, so she just have to do a small mantle after. I doubt any competitor would make that mistake, but could be
almost happened last year in the semi-finals. Shauna easily moving between that palm swap, little hop of the palm with the right hand.
I think she's going to have to really slow it down in order to control this move. Ooh, so close.
So close. She's still got a minute. The crowd willing her up.
Shauna's got such a great attitude even after falling off. She's all smiles.
You will very rarely see Shauna Coxey on the mat in front of a crowd without a smile. She just loves it so much. She's really trying to work this out. 30 seconds on the clock for Great Britain's Shauna Coxey. Needs to stay composed. Needs to give it absolutely everything that she's got. She's going to need the crowd support as well.
Shauna's taking full advantage of the 4+ rule here.
So, watch that right palm. Pop. That gives her the stability to then match up on that yellow hold. Just takes her time.
She knows this is her last go.
Perfect timing too. She left with 7-8 seconds left. In case she messed up the first move, she can jump right back on.
Like
now she knows her last attempt. She's going to definitely give it her all.
Steps across this time. Ladies and gentlemen,
no.
Shauna Coxey doesn't quite stick the move. Gives the crowd a big wave. Great effort. Now, of course, these first two boulders are a knockout round. After the first two boulders, we will then eliminate climbers for the third boulder.
Yeah, it's hugely important. Toma flashing the boulder. After two boulders, 3 climbers will be eliminated.
Correct.
And so, just on 2 boulders, you may not get to climb boulder 3 or 4. And so, yeah, like you said, the first 2 are super important in this type.
Shauna will be thinking that now, but of course, Aya Ono also didn't manage to top that first boulder. Look at that move. Oh, she was so close. That right foot seemed to just bring her around a little bit too far with her legs in that open position.
We are ready for heat number 3.
So, third rotation of climbers coming. From the USA, Nina, you'll know Alex?
We're familiar. No, Alex is one of my best friends. She and I hang out all the time in Boulder, Colorado. Very close with her, yes.
And there, of course, is Jungwon Chon. Sean, you've been in Adidas ROCKSTARS finals with him, but you've also been in plenty of World Cup events with him. What's Jungwon like as a competitor?
He's actually he's super friendly. His English is not perfect, but he really makes an effort, and his English is way better than my Korean, so it's really cool talking to him. He's very intense when he's climbing, but he's a phenomenal climber, and he's just gotten better over the years.
Oh, and just misses that left hand the first go.
Yeah, just a really, really small thing there. I think he'll be able to get it second try.
So let's see if Alex reads the first move correctly. Ropes over with the left, pops with the right, cruises that first move. Brilliant coordination there from Alex Puccio. Strong in the back to take that left hold now. Let's see what she makes of this. Oh my gosh. Ladies and gentlemen, Alex Puccio now needs to mantle. She slaps up with the left hand, palms down on the right hand, reaches over high, places the right heel on that right hand, and there's the first top of the first boulder for America's Alex Puccio. Nina, you seem pretty psyched.
Oh gosh, I'm really trying to contain my enthusiasm so I don't start yelling into the microphone here, but it's so exciting to see her grab onto that sloper with such ease. It's really, really cool.
Sean, the girls backstage now will have heard that she's topped that. She's going back in there super quickly. What's going through their heads?
I mean, they definitely know that she flashed the boulder, and they're just wondering, you know, what did she do differently? What are they going to try? And we know that, yeah, it was a little double clutch. She did double clutch both hands, and Shauna was trying to go one hand. Is that the difference? For now, I think it is.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Jungwon Chon over on the far end of the wall, still not quite piecing together that dyno at the start. Watch the side face come out. I've had the privilege of climbing with Jungwon at his home gym in Korea, and when he gets psyched, he's like a different human being. It's ridiculous. Watch those eyes. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and he's so close. Clatters into the wall. You certainly can't question his commitment. Come on, Jungwon.
All I can think about now is I think of Udo. I think about his slow-mo videos, and you can see it, right? As soon as he leaves, he grabs the first sloper, and he's almost just not high enough, just by centimeters. And I bet you when he does it, he's going to do it super easily.
Oh, so close. And of course, I actually think that he'll do it. I'm pretty sure that he's going to do this. But all these attempts are going to be tiring him out. All these attempts are obviously putting him lower in the rankings. He's going to have to pull something out of the bag on the second boulder. So, 1 minute 17 seconds on the clock for Jungwon Chon.
And from an outside perspective, I think he needs to be a touch higher, so his arms are slightly bent when he arrives on the second hold.
There it is.
Oh, nice.
Jungwon Chon cruises and catches that hold, reaches up with the left hand, takes it, matches it. He knows he should have done it quicker.
And he barely did the jump. I actually thought he was going to fall. His arms went all the way to straight, and he managed to just, stay with it, complete the boulder.
Still big smiles from the young Korean.
He knows that he's going to have to improve on the next boulders, though.
2 world titles to his name, and he's only 21 years old. Not bad.
Definitely not bad. Here's a replay of Alex. You see her just do this little double clutch and just nail this move.
Watch the right hand. Right hand catches, left hand matches. Boom.
She does the dynamic move so well, but on this mantle, she starts to, I think she gets a little overexcited.
She looks like she's freaking out. She's like, oh no, now I've got to actually do something. I think she surprised herself, maybe.
She did. Alex is such a firecracker when she climbs. She's got really good energy, really good dynamic movement, but when it comes to the mantles, it's she needs to slow it down a little bit.
And we see in that replay, Jungwon Chon was so close to falling off that boulder, but the contact strength engaged and he was going nowhere. Okay, 4th rotation in the women's competition. We will see 20-year-old Miho Nanaka, and in the men's competition, we will see 31-year-old today, Dmitry Sharafutinov. So Dmitry Sharafutinov and Miho Nanaka turn around for their attempt at the first boulder in the finals of the 2017 Adidas ROCKSTARS event. Miho wasting no time getting that right palm in. Reaches over the left. Oh, and goes across with the right foot. Alternative beater. Very nice work. Pops up with the right hand, with the left hand rather. Places the right heel. Now, will she go double clutch?
has that heel in like Aya. Go for it.
Eyeing up that hold, hits it once, the left hand pops. No top for Miho Nanaka. Dmitry Sharafutinov launching himself at the hold. Nina, that looked cool.
That did look very cool. Definitely a little bit alternative from the other attempts we've seen, but it could work.
Well, there's only one way to find out. To keep watching. Miho just composing herself on the mat. There's Dmitry. 1, 2. Oh, and there, look at that. The underside of the volume.
Wow.
So strong. I think it's fair to say that Dmitry Sharafutinov is the tallest competitor in the final, Sean.
I'm not sure, actually. He's definitely one of the taller ones. I want to say Alexei is actually the tallest.
Possibly.
But, you know, Dmitry is very tall as well. And on the left, off camera, we do have Miho that just stuck that crossover.
Dmitry Sharafutinov tops.
Truly so much action going on.
Amazing work. And here's Miho with the mantle.
Wow.
The second try for Miho.
Dmitry waves to the crowd. Knows that he should have flashed it. But still, it's a great effort nonetheless. And there's Miho. Just making sure that she's finished, which she has. So let's see Miho again. Oh, so she didn't go double clutch. I mean, the match is what really made sure that she didn't come off. But the left hand definitely played more of a part in that attempt.
Yeah, she didn't do the double clutch, but she did have her left foot out on that great volume, so...
Look at that. Incredible body position. The contact strength on that right hand for him to go essentially horizontal.
Yeah, his foot went higher than his hands and his head.
Compressing with the left hand.
It really shows the body tension that Dmitry was utilizing for that move. It's quite impressive.
There was a saying amongst climbers in Great Britain, and I'm sure around the world, for definitely for a few years when Dmitry was at his prime, and it was, what would Dmitry do? And it was generally just crimp harder. But he is showing that he is not just a crimper. Amazing work there, catching the slopers, and of course, amazing work from Miho Nanaka, who also topped her first boulder. So, next out, we're going to have last year's Adidas ROCKSTARS winner, Yanya Garnbrett, and Japanese climber Kokoro Fuji. Kokoro finished 5th overall in the Boulder World Cup rankings this year. Year before, he actually finished 2nd. Very consistent competitor. He's finished top 10 in most of the events that he's done this year. And of course took gold in Meiringen at the first event of the season. And here they are, Yanya Garnbrett and Kokoro Fuji.
I'm really excited to see Yanya on this problem because she has a very distinct style. And I'm curious to see if she'll flash this.
How would you describe her style, Nina?
It's dynamic, but she's got flair. When she catches something, she kind of throws her head back and her legs go out. And
I'm not sure it's deliberate.
Well, even if it's subconscious, it's really entertaining to watch.
She is very entertaining to watch. I cannot disagree with that. So Yanya Garnbrett with that right palm also uses the same beater as Miho, kicking across with the foot rather than matching with that palm. Static up to that left hand sloper. Great flexibility there from the 20-year-old Slovenian.
Does it pretty easily too, but just crushed that move.
Looking so strong, and of course, my mistake, she's 18 years old, which is all the more impressive considering how many titles she's won. And there you go, folks. Flash for Yanya Garnbrett of Slovenia. There you go, Nina. Not bad.
Called it.
Not bad at all. So here was that moment that Kokoro Fuji bounced through the first moves, caught those 2 pinches, and just powered his way up to the boulder. That was his second attempt, so no flash for Kokoro Fuji, but that does put him in second place behind his teammate Tomoe Narazaki. Look at that.
Yeah, Yanni actually used a kind of a combination of the 2 betas. She didn't go heel, but she did kind of a knee drop toe hook, had her left foot out on that gray volume, and so she just had a little bit more reach going around the corner. He could reach just further and stick the hold even with one hand.
Absolutely smashed it. So that was a quick rotation. Flew through that one. And we're down to our final rotation. They were first place qualifiers in the event, and both of them put in incredible performances. Sean, you and I were talking before about how unbelievably well Akio Noguchi climbed in the semi-finals. She looked formidable.
Yeah, she definitely did. She was super composed, climbed really well, and obviously topped all 4 boulders in the semifinals.
And Alexei Rubtsov was a man on a mission as well. Here he is for his first boulder of the evening. So Alexei just reminding himself of the moves as he chalks up.
It's got to be hard for Alexei as well because he knows that every other male has done the boulder.
1, 2, oh, and he just misses with that left hand again. Akio Noguchi opting again for the same beater as Miho. Well, let's see what she does.
Heel or toe, heel or toe. She picks the heel. Oh, maybe the toe.
Switches to the toe. Oh, look at that strength. Akio Noguchi is in fine form. Reaches up with the left hand onto the top of the wall. Matches with the right. Needs to place that right foot on the hold, and she does with ease. Mantles over and flashes. Boulder number 1 of the 2017 Adidas ROCKSTARS.
So easy. It really showed her finger strength that when she grabbed that sloper, her fingers didn't slip at all.
She's just trying to work out how to get down now because it is a long way. Good work. Awesome start for Akio. So looking at those women's results now while Alexei gets ready to climb. In joint 5th places, Aya Ono and Shauna Coxey, neither of which topped the first boulder. There's Alexei. Ooh, close again. Above them is Miho Nanaka. And then tied for first place, Alex Puccio, Akio Noguchi, and Yanya Ganbre. Those are your positions in the women's competition. Alexei Rubtsov, oh, almost sticking it again. Really focusing on that right foot, and in the same movement, just missing the left hand.
The balance in his hips seem a bit off on these attempts.
Let's watch those hips now.
Whoa.
What's crazy too is he's trying it so many times. That was his 8th try on the boulder, and when you look at the others, you know, obviously Narasaki flashed it, and then we have 2, 3, and 6 tries, but it looks like maybe he's rushing it a bit. Maybe he should take an extra 20 seconds and really focus to make sure that he does the right method.
Is he panicking?
It's really hard to tell. When you know the first 5 competitors have done it, and you know that you need to come out and do it quickly.
Whoa.
I mean, you can see there he's definitely getting frustrated. He sees the time left on the clock, and yeah.
What does he need to do now, Sean?
He's getting nervous.
What does he need to do?
He definitely needs to get his head in the game. I don't think he's mentally there right now.
How's he going to do that? What would you do if you were in this situation now?
I mean, it's crazy. This will be his 12th try. He obviously needs to do the boulder, but once you get up to 12 tries, it comes down to the second boulder anyways. And so he really should have been much more careful with his attempts and just, take an extra 20 seconds in between
He's
jumps.
really not taking any time.
And he looks a bit tired. His tries are actually getting worse. So he needs to take a rest. It's really hard to say. I wouldn't say he's getting better on the jump. But if you try it 15 to 20 times, maybe you just get lucky one time. But I think you should be taking more rest.
23 seconds on the clock, and he almost stuck it that time. He really needs to pull something out of the bag if he wants to come out with a top here. Racking up the attempts on the tally chart. 13 seconds.
It's really rare when rapid fire attempts like this are successful.
This will be his last attempt as the buzzer sounds. And he falls. No top for what looked an out of sorts Alexei Rubtsov.
And I get the commentators, Chris. I mean, I picked him out. He looked really, really good in semifinals. And yeah, he tried it 17 times in the 4+ minutes. And he has to walk away without a boulder.
Someone who didn't try a boulder 17 times is Akio Noguchi, flashing that first boulder with composure and ease.
Being the first place competitor going into finals is a really hard place to be in. And I think that these two displays of dealing with it under pressure are quite different.
It's a real shame there to see Alexei crumbling, but he still has another boulder to gather himself and come out and hopefully make a difference. Nothing is guaranteed yet. There are the rankings as they stand. Joint 5th place, Shauna and Aya. 4th place, Miho Nanaka. And then joint 1st place, Yanya, Akio, and Alex. Lots of joint places there. What does that say about the route setting?
I think it's great. I mean, you have 4 out of 6 tops, yeah, about 2/3, and you have 3 flashes. You need to separate, I guess, 1 more. I mean, theoretically, it will be the first 3, but it looks really good.
Good splits here in the men's. 6th place, Alexei Rubtsov. 5th place, Jongwon Chon. Tied in 3rd place, Mokotan Yamaguchi and Dmitry Charafutinov. 2nd place, Kokoro Fuji, and 1st place, Tomoa Narasaki. Nina, that's a pretty good spread there.
I think so, and you know, with the dyno, it really starts to separate the competitors. Where when it's just a single move like that, it really spreads them out.
Let's look at some of those highlights from that round. There, of course, was Aya Ono, who just didn't quite unlock the sequence in those first moves. Same for Shauna Coxey as well, who, of course, was so close to sticking that move. Alex Puccio, the first with the double clutch, holds that yellow hold and went on to frantically match that top hold. Bit of a sketch fest getting up there, but she made it in the end. Can, of course, see the black boundary trick, making sure that she doesn't go out of bounds. Miho Nanaka followed suit with slightly different beater. She went on to top that boulder, as did Yanya Garnbrett in fine style. And then, of course, 1st place, Akio Noguchi, continuing her fine run of form from the semi-finals, took the 1st place and that first top. There's Tomoa Narasaki, flying through the first boulder to flash it. Couldn't have been more relaxed. He was followed by Makoto Yamauchi, who also topped it in 2 attempts. It's a great effort from him. We then, of course, had Jongwon Chon, who took a couple of attempts to get going, but when he did manage to send it. It was 6 goes for him. Dmitry Sharafutinov also managed to top it with some alternative beater. 3 attempts for him to get the top on block number 1. And then, of course, Kokoro Fuji, who topped the boulder in 2 attempts. Very happy with that effort from him. And what a shame for 1st place in the semi-finals, Alexei Rubtsov just couldn't make it work for him. Nina, Sean, we're ready for the 2nd boulder. All 6 climbers are getting ready to climb again. Out first is going to be Aya Ono and Tomoa Narasaki. Let's see what they have got to offer. Switching sides on the wall this time. Tomoa's definitely going to be having a bit of a high this time. He's coming out after flashing that first boulder. Aya, after not topping it, has all the work to do. Just giving those holds a quick blow before he goes. Getting rid of any excess chalk dust. 4-minute plus format here at the Adidas ROCKSTARS finals. Those big squadra volumes making an appearance again. Bumps up the left hand very easily on that first move. Oh, and just pops off the left hand as he goes for the zone. Aya Ono just having a sit down. Just having a minute.
It looks like Tomoe also is going to go for that right hand hold, and he's trying to sneak in a left foot toe hook. So when he tries it the next time, look for that left foot toe hook, and it's going to be the thing that keeps him on the wall.
Up with the left. So watching the left foot. Oh, yeah.
Oh, he missed it.
Great spot there from Sean McCall. Have you done this before?
A few times.
Aya Ono chalking up again. 2 minutes and 47 seconds on the clock.
She really took a minute to study the climb, and I think that's a very wise move.
Tomoe Narazaki again. Watch that left foot. Catches it that time.
Nice.
Amazing body tension. Superfluous coordination. Superfluous is absolutely the wrong word I was looking for.
Ooh, double clutch.
Amazing there. What was the word I was looking for? Sublime? Maybe sublime. Superfluous was absolutely the wrong word. We'll roll with it.
A left toe from Aya as well.
Great body tension as she slaps up for the zone with the right hand. Another powerful move to another one of those slopers this time for Aya. Oh, and just pops off again. Let's see how many words I can come up with that are completely inappropriate to describe what we see in front of us.
So far, the moves on the women's climbs are seeming pretty consistent. Aside from that one dyno, the men's climbs are all about these crazy jumps, but...
Catches that toe hook again. Sublime coordination from Tomoe Narazaki. And he catches that. Look at that contact strength. Incredible move. And amazing top for the young Japanese climber, Tomoe Narazaki. Not bad, young man. Not bad at all. Sean, what did we just see?
We saw some true Japanese ninja skills. I mean, it was the second time he was up there. He could do it.
So, here's Aya Ono. All eyes on her now. Places. So, Aya Ono now on the run, the right hand on the zone.
These dual text holds are a pain in the butt because you're really trying to get a good grip on them and you just cannot. It's so annoying.
I mean, you can see the chalk smears on top of that volcano. Absolutely awful.
She does sneak in that toe hook. She probably wants to release a toe hook and pull up all at the same time.
Not quite having that body tension there to keep the toe in and take the hold.
She's going to have to take that toe hook out before she goes for the next hold so it doesn't swing her off.
She's also going to have to get on pretty quickly as the clock times down to 2, 1, 0. Hits the right hand again with that right heel. Oh, and just tired. Great attempt from Aya Ono. No tops for her. Thanks to the crowd for her support nonetheless. It's not going to be a final for her. That's the end of it. She will be eliminated. But a great effort nonetheless.
It looked like on her last try she was just a bit tired. I mean, she only got, 5 or 6 seconds of rest, and just out of gas there.
Let's watch that move again. Tomoe Narazaki hits the crimp with the left toe in, switches feet, watch the coordination now. Left, right, whole body above his head, boom. Yeah, no worries, guys. No big deal. Nina, that was pretty impressive, you must agree.
It was really impressive. I was waiting to see if there was a little screw-on on the finish hold because by itself it's really, really terrible. And I'm sure the screw-on only adds just a little bit more, but it's very, very
Was there a screw-on on it?
There was, yeah.
Oh, I didn't spot it. Good eyes.
Yeah.
Good eyes. So, back on the mats now, it's world number 1, Sean McCoxey. And of course, Makoto Yamaguchi joins us on this side of the mats. Focused look there from Yamauchi as he closes his eyes.
And for Shauna here, she does need to flash the boulder in order to have enough points to advance to the third boulder.
She's got to flash it and basically hope that another girl doesn't do a boulder. It's only Miho, really. There's one thing that Shauna Coxey does, it's perform under pressure, so let's see if she can pull it out of the bag now. Big move up with that left hand to that terrible volcano. Places the right heel.
You can tell by how hard Sean is trying. You know, these moves are not easy.
Oof. Eyes on that bonus. Oh, hits it, and you could see that she was falling as she went for it. Looks at her skin. Right, she's really going to work out for her now. Mokotan Yamaguchi already had one attempt at this boulder. Just misses that left toe hook. You saw the way that he elevated the toe to try and get it in. Just didn't quite catch in the place that he wanted it to.
He's super close. He just needs to go a little bit more to the left, maybe slightly deeper with his toe, but he knows what he has to do, and he's just going to try to do it again.
Makoto Yamauchi straight back on the wall. Very little rest needed. Maybe should have taken a bit longer. Shauna's back on, and of course she's coming off the back of a brilliant season, finishing first overall, but also taking gold medals in Vail, Mumbai, and Nanjing and Meiringen, and she hits the bonus. Only one other person took gold medals in the World Cup this year, and that was Janja Garnbret, who took 2. Janja winning in Tokyo and also in Munich.
There she goes. Oh, no. I think she had the right idea, letting go of that toe hook first, but she just looked a little bit tired to go to the next sloper.
Makoto Yamauchi still trying to make it work.
Use Yamauchi, watch that toe hook. And
he's so close!
I wanted to say he got it, but
well done for not.
Just slipped out as he was getting the zone.
Here he goes again. Crowd really getting fired up for him this time. Oh, and he almost sticks it! So close!
Sean, you're right. He totally has to get a deeper toe hook. More to the left. Yep.
Shauna Coxey waiting for that 30-second countdown before she gets on. Here she goes. Places the bad right heel. Slaps up for that screw on in the volcano. Up with the left hand to the pinchy sloper. In with a double toe hook. Out onto that right hand. Boom. Hits it. Terrible zone. Takes a breath as she chalks up with 14 seconds on the clock. Needs to release that toe hook. Oh, she knows she needs to release it, and she knows how hard this move's going to be. Musters all the strength that she can.
My hands are sympathy sweating knowing just how bad those dual text holds are.
Oh, and she does it! Oh, but she pops off too soon. So close for Shauna Coxey. No top, and that is another contestant that will definitely not be in the finals later.
Check out this try by Yamauchi. He's going to get it, and his toe just comes out, but he holds onto it just enough to get credit for the bonus.
So close. Well, he does get the bonus. Oh, he gets the bonus. It just dawned on me what you were actually saying.
Just long enough to get the bonus.
Yeah. It was like did you hear the penny dropping then? Yeah, Liam gets it. What a shame for Shauna. Smiles and waves nonetheless. Okay, next rotation. We're going to have Alex Puccio back on. We're going to have Jungwon Chun back on. Alex Puccio races down to stage right. And Jungwon Chun joins us over here on stage left as you look from the crowd. Big smiles. Look how psyched he is. The crowd love it. He loves it. Come on, Jungwon. I'm going to call it. Jungwon's going to flash it. I know you're not supposed to, but I'm going to call it. Sean's waving his head at me, shaking his head, saying no chance. Let's see. Come on, Sean.
Does he see the talk?
No, he doesn't, but he almost didn't need to. Okay, curse of the commentator, my bad. Alex Puccio with the left toe in. Boom! So powerful in the shoulders there to take that right hand. Needs to release it. She's going to release it and go at the same time. Use the momentum from the swing. Nope, changes the mind. There you go. Come on, Pooch.
Oh, yeah.
Boom! Look at that slam dunk on the top. Alex Puccio tops boulder number 2. What an effort from her.
She completely owned that climb. It really was her style. She's extremely strong at not only heel hooks, but compression as well. And she really figured that out for that top.
She owned boulder number 2. So, Jungwon Chun gets fired up and chalked up, ready for boulder number 2. This will be his 3rd attempt. Only 3 athletes will advance to the next round. Look at that, he finds the toe up this time, pops it with the right hand.
Oh, and just cuts free. He's just gonna campus.
Just campus, John. Just campus,
my
man.
God.
He's gonna do it.
Woo!
Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is why he's ranked number 1 in the world. That is why he's topping the boulders. And that is why the crowd loves him. Jungwon Chun is officially a Bobby Dazzler. Amazing work from the young Korean. That was spectacular. Watch that again.
Definitely spectacular. Here, he does the toe,
So stolid.
and then I'm wondering if he's gonna match feet like Toan, and he just says, no, I'm gonna campus this boulder.
If in doubt, campus it out.
Feet? No. No thank you.
Oh, there's the screw on. Great spot, Nina.
Yeah.
I'll just do a one-hand pull-up while I'm here. Do a little leg wiggle. Give a wave to the crowd. Yes.
The running man.
Love that guy. So passionate. And
Here's
there we
Alex.
go, Pooch. Oh,
Getting that heel up is actually really clutch. To get that crossover, and then the last one looked like it was actually pretty easy. But definitely completes the boulder.
both of those climbers owning their boulder problems. Jungwon Chun topping his in 3 attempts. That gives him 2 in 9. Alex Puccio flashing hers. That's 2 tops in 2 attempts. So now, rejoining us on the mat, we will have Miho Nanaka and Dimitri Sharafutinov. And here they go. Sharafutinov contemplating those moves before he pulls on. Will he have spotted the toe hook? Sharafutinov getting ready to go. Places that right foot, crimps hard with the left hand, and man, that guy can crimp.
I think he sees the toe.
Oh, yes!
Flashes the bonus.
Perfect.
Brilliant work here from Dmitry Sharafutinov. Just trying to work out what he needs to do. Will he give it some Chon treatment and campus it, or will he try and switch feet like Tomoe Narazaki? Oh!
Kind of an in-between method.
Yeah.
Didn't go for the straight campus. He didn't go straight for the jump. I think he's going to reevaluate and try something a little bit differently on his next try.
Would have been better to commit to one or the other? Or maybe he'll decide that on the next go. Mike Hamill there giving Dmitry Sharafutinov birthday wishes. I'm pretty sure the last thing on his mind right now will be cake and candles.
This is Miho's second attempt on this climb. And she got really high before, but she just sort of slipped off.
Miho popping up with that left hand again. Hits that bonus zone. Cuts the heel at the toe out. Needs to flick that heel in like we saw Alex do. She's not seen it. Oh! Opting for the high left foot and then rolling over. Here's Sharafutinov again. Catches the toe hook, no problem. Let's see which method he commits to this time. He's matched. Nope, he's not. He looks so promising on that first go.
He seems a bit indecisive when he gets to that that right-hand crimp. Really needs to make a decision.
I can't decide whether he does or he doesn't.
Is he in or is he out?
It was a bit of a joke. Only a small joke. Yeah, over the heads. For all you guys at home, it's never as funny if you have to explain it. Miho Nanaka taking a moment to catch her breath, find that last bit of energy that she needs to do the move. Sharafutinov cruising that coordination move at the start.
Here he's going to try the jump, I think.
Body twisted all the way around to the left. It's going to be a hell of a swing. No, not quite.
That toe hook is really holding him back.
Literally. Oh, Miho just looking a little bit tired now. Just over a minute for these athletes.
Miho tried to go right hand too off the bonus hold. She didn't try to match. She tried to go right hand into the one that Alex actually crossed into. Looked like she was kind of close. I wonder what she's going to decide to do on her last try.
Dmitry Sharafutinov pulls on again. Hits that move perfectly. Rotates his body to the left again as he steps through with that right foot, using the left toe hook. Matches on top of his own hand, and he hits it! Oh, but he was so close, just didn't quite generate the momentum in the left hand. But I think he knows what he needs to do.
He definitely knows what he needs to do. I mean, he just, tickled that last hold, does a little sign, which I think means he knows what to do, and he's going to give it one last try.
The crowd are fired up, and rightly so. Look at that, he asked them. Here's Miho Nanaka again. Come on, Miho. This will be their last attempt. Miho Nanaka looking really strong, and she tops it.
Nice.
Miho Nanaka takes the finish home with both hands and knows that she has possibly done enough to make it through to the finals of the finals here at the Adidas ROCKSTARS 2017. We'll have to see what Akio and Yanya do. Miho finishing with 2 tops in 6 attempts. Let's watch that back again. Pops up with the right hand. Cuts loose and decides to go on the frictionless hold with a heel hook. Wow. Amazing body tension to stick it like that.
That's crazy. That's seriously crazy so that she utilized any part of those dual text holds.
She had it on the screw on, of course. Right, let's check out what Dmitry Sharafutinov did. Matches in with that left hand, hits with the left, campuses. Oh, and he was so close to topping out. What a shame for him. He finishes his first 2 boulders with 1 top, 3 attempts, 2 bonuses and 4. So frustrated, but a great effort. So, from Japan, Kokoro Fuji, and from Slovenia, Janja Garnbret. 18 years old, world champion, world #1 in lead. So, the athletes turn round, and they have the Beatles to climb to in this instance.
This is sending music right here.
I often train to this. Do you, Sean?
If I said occasionally, would you believe me?
No. You can't, Brett. Do you really?
No, I don't.
Yamaguchi looking for the foot beater, just not quite finding the right method there.
He's just gotta go for it.
Just gonna hang there for a bit longer. She is a lead climber.
Crazy,
Doesn't
Yanya.
quite hit her.
Can't really start the boulder.
Kokoro Fuji will be about to pull on for his second attempt.
Here's Kokoro Fuji. Sees the toe hook, just barely misses it, but he's doing the right method.
Yanya up this time. Manages to get out of that start position. Hits the right hand. Little blow of the fingers. You can just see how bad the underside of that squadra hold is. Ooh, going double clutch.
You might want to put on a chalk bag for this one.
I was just thinking the exact same thing. Just taking her time there, Yamaguchi. She's had 2 attempts so far. Here's Kokoro.
And he nails the toe hook that time. He even replaced it. And here he's getting set up for the jump. Oh, and just falling off the last hold.
He was very close there, Nina.
He was. Just missed the screw on.
Here's Yanya on her third try. I wonder what beta she's going to use. Maybe go for a heel look? Or again, just with a double clutch.
Hey, Yanya, you can just put your heel on that dual texture hold. It's fine. Oh, and she almost stuck it. That would have been crazy. If this boulder got topped with 3 different methods, that would be so cool. Maybe just me. Kokoro Fuji lining up for that move again. 1, 2, hits it. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Kokoro Fuji tops the second boulder of the competition in 5 attempts. Puts it into second place for now with 2 tops in 7 overall. Waves to the crowd, big smiles. Love that guy.
And that'll be enough for him to advance to the third boulder.
Here's Yamaguchi again. 45 seconds on the clock.
Crazy.
Matches with the left hand. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why Yamaguchi is one of the hottest new members of the scene. She is unbelievable. Unbelievable.
That was true Yanya's style when she just stuck that. Her legs swung out all crazy, but she kept her body really tight in the wall.
That's
and
the
just
flair
held
you
it.
meant, Nina.
Exactly. It was amazing.
Kokoro Fuji cruising up there, and Yamaguchi, I want to see that replay. Her head and her shoulders were detached. I'm sure she must have like triple jointed shoulders. Watch this. Hits the bonus.
And right away, she's just going to go for it.
She
looks
knows
up.
exactly what she's going to do. Watch the shoulders. Wow, what is that? Yamaguchi, you, my friend, are a monster. Not even bothered. She's like, yeah, okay, no big deal.
She's like, yeah, cool. Next climb.
I need to breathe. Amazing work from Yamaguchi. So that for her means 2 tops in 5 attempts, 2 bonuses in 3. She sits in second place. That should be enough for her now because only Akio's next. Basically, Miho Nanaka and Jungwon Chon are in the danger zone.
I think actually for the men, because Alexei didn't do the first boulder,
Totally right.
it's already decided for the 3.
You're totally right. That was a bit of an oversight on my part. I'm glad I've got you 2 here, keeping me in check.
But Akio could knock Miho out.
So it could be a Japanese upset. Alexei Rubtsov purely climbing for pride. Akio Noguchi climbing for her place in the Adidas ROCKSTARS Final 2017. Now, both girls that flashed the first boulder have topped the women's second boulder. The men's competition has been a bit more mixed. Alexei Rubtsov opting for a toe hook, but the opposite side. He just looks really out of sorts. Whoa, and he almost held it with the left. Akio Noguchi strong with that right hand. Still on her first attempt. Pops up with the right hand. Reaches down with the left. Is she going to release the toe with the low left? No. Is she going to go double clutch? No. What is Akio Noguchi going to do?
So many options to choose from.
Just looking a little bit indecisive.
These moments of hesitation can really cost a lot of energy for these competitors.
Especially on holds that bad knee. Oh. No flash for Akio. Alexei Rubtsov just trying to make sense of the boulder problem.
Crazy move by Alexei. He's getting the bonus with his left, and from here, I think he has to jump maybe to the yellow, maybe all the way to the finish. It's really hard to tell, but he's definitely using his size to his advantage.
Yeah, I think he probably is taller than Sharafutinov, you know. Just looking at him now. What I do find interesting, and I was just about to ask you, Sean, actually, before he pulled on again, you would think that Sharafutinov and Rubtsov would talk to each other, both being Russian. Both are trying totally different beta. Any theories, thoughts?
I'm really not sure, actually. I'm sure that actually they do talk to each other, but maybe both of them didn't see the toe hook.
It's a possibility. So here goes Akio Noguchi. Oh, and there's Rubtsov. He catches it this time with the correct beta. Whoa! And now he knows. Now the cheeky half smile there from Alexei Rubtsov. He knows what he needs to do now. There's Akio Noguchi. Slaps up with the right hand, places that right toe on that Voltonic volume.
She's gonna try to get her heel up, or just release the toe just like Yanya. Opting.
Really has to make a decision here.
Yanya.
Oh. Didn't look like she was going to hold it. You know what? In that type of move, I don't think there's anybody else in the world that can hold it like Yanya. I really don't. There's just, like you said, Nina, Yanya just has this flair, this style that she just manages to invert her body somehow and stay on holds that she shouldn't.
Yeah, she's got that signature stick.
Yeah. And it looks like it shouldn't work, but it does. But Akio can definitely pull it out of the bag. She's been overall World Cup winner. She's won lots of gold medals.
Yes.
And there's a top for Alexei Rubtsov. Works out the beta, finds the moves, cruises to the top. Big smile.
He's got to be happy that he did the boulder. I mean, he knew that he couldn't be in the top three. He knows that he's going to be out after this boulder. Still comes through and does it. Really, really nice.
Ending on a high note.
And so this will be Akio Noguchi's final attempt. The clock has stopped. She has to top this.
Not sure how to do it again. I think she's going to go for the double dyno.
No, she's out. And that means no top for Akio Noguchi. No final for Akio Noguchi. No third boulder. She knows. She's disappointed, of course. Waves to the crowd nonetheless and heads back into the transition zone. Let's quickly recap on those results. But first, let's look at those replays. Look at that. He worked it out. He held it. He cruised that move. Great work from Alexei Rubtsov on his fourth go. And of course, Akio Noguchi never quite found the right beater. She does seem to hesitate at this point far too much. And unfortunately, didn't quite have enough beans to make it work for her. The results, of course, after that round, Aya Ono, Shona Coxey and Akio Noguchi are out of the women's competition. Alexei Rubtsov, Mokotan Yamaguchi and Dmitry Sharafitonov are out of the men's competition, advancing to the third boulder in the women's competition. And you see it on your screen. Third place, Miho Nanaka. Second place, Yanya Gambret. First place with 2 flashes. Amazing work, Nina, from Alex Puccio. In the men's competition, of course, we already talked about which 3 have been eliminated. But the 3 that are going to be going through to the third boulder are, of course, South Korea's Jongwon Chon, Japan's Kokoro Fuji, and also of Japan, Tomoe Narazaki. 4 Japanese out of 6 in this final third boulder. Pretty amazing work from those guys. Or maybe 3. Good maths. Let's take a look at the highlights from that round. So there was Aya Ono, not quite finding the beater there. Shona Coxey looked like she might have made it work, but in the end didn't quite have enough left in the tank and was left without a top. Alex Puccio dominated and owned that boulder, topping in fine style with the signature Puccio pull-up at the end. Miho Nanaka found some crazy heel hook beater, went all the way through, topped that in great style as well. And another different method from Yanya Gambra, who went double clutch. Look at that, flicks that heel behind her head to stop the swing and catch the top. No big deal. Of course, then it was Akio Noguchi's turn. And after qualifying in first place today, big things were expected of her, but indecision was what cost her. She didn't advance to the third boulder of this Adidas ROCKSTARS final here at the Porsche-Arena in Stuttgart. Tomoe Narazaki flying through that first move and then through the second and third moves on his fifth attempt rather. Mokotan Yamaguchi never quite found it. Jongwon Chon campused his way to the top of that one. Dmitry Sharafutonov never found it in the end, even on his birthday. Kokoro Fuji did find the beater. He advances to the final. Look at him go. Excellent strength, killing the swing with that right foot. Brilliant work. Look at that right foot stabbing into the wall to stop the swing. Matching in control. And Alexei Rubtsov, after a frustrating first boulder, found his composure again, found his flair, and topped the second boulder. Amazing work. And now we get to see the start lists for Boulder 3. So, of course, Nina, 3 athletes have been eliminated in the men's and women's competition, and now we actually climb in a different order. The third place climber will climb first, the second place climber will climb second, and the first place climber will climb third. So they're climbing in the order that they qualified.
Makes sense. Keeps the suspense going.
It does indeed. We like to change things up, keep things fresh here at the Adidas ROCKSTARS event. Sean, out of those 3 athletes, your initial call for the winner has changed because he's gone. Anyone that you want to ascend into first position now?
Well, it's kind of cheating. I can't just, pick 3 now. And
well, you can.
Well, I feel like it's cheating. I mean, obviously, I'm still going to go with Yanya. And then I guess out of the three men, I would say that Tomoe Narazaki is looking the best. And so, yeah, he qualified first right now, but I think he looks the best. I think he's going to take it.
Well, there's your start list. First, it'll be Miho, then it'll be Yanya, then it'll be Alex. And what about you, Nina? Do you want to change your forecast now you've seen the amended start list for this third boulder?
Well, I'm keeping with Alex Puccio, of course. She was my #1 favorite from the beginning. And for the men, I'm really rooting for Jongwon Chon. I really like his energy, his smiling face. He's just super excited to be here all the time. And that's what I can really get behind.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. First out, Miho Nanaka. And of course, the women will climb separately to the men now. So the first time that we've seen this boulder, women's number 3. Another palmy start up into the groove. Very powerful in the shoulders. Trying to match that left toe to her left hand.
Oh, she needs to find that foot. Oh, a little more.
Uses the volume instead. Bumps the left palm in. And then places the left toe on that left screw on. Emerges out from underneath that volume. Brilliant root setting here so far. Very three-dimensional. Needs to walk her feet up that volume as she pops up for this next screw on. Hits it. Matches in. Goes for the zone. There's the bonus.
Oh, he's going to have to jump for the double shoulder. Control the swing.
And a good face plant there from
face.
Miho Nanaka.
Yikes.
She looks a bit dazed, but I think she's okay.
She fully ate dust then.
I was half expecting a bloody nose.
I'm really glad that she's okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Deep breaths from Miho Nanaka, possibly winded herself a little bit.
And I think she did it right. She just didn't quite hit, I guess, that right hand hold. But she knows that's exactly what she needs to do. And I don't know, but the boulder might be over after that next move.
How much, what am I trying to say? What effect will fear have on her now after face planting like that, Nina?
I mean, I think she's definitely a bit jarred mentally, but honestly, these competitors are so seasoned, I don't think it's going to hold her back very much. I will say it's pretty difficult to go from this intuitive body awareness type movement that she was doing in the beginning, having to know how to press and mantle and where exactly her feet need to be, to going directly into this dynamic shoulder move.
Well,
so it's a transition that's really hard.
She really worked out the beater in her own way for those first moves. She's found that beater straight away the second attempt. Reaches down to the underside of that voltonic volume with the right hand so that she can emerge from the groove. Oh, misses the right hand this time.
Maybe she is feeling a little bit more reserved. I mean,
she really hit the mats hard.
yeah.
And you could really see in her face, she was like, okay, I really need to calm down because she looked scared.
Yeah.
Sean, what are your thoughts?
I think actually just for that move, she just needed to jump. I don't know if her foot came off on her first try. We had that up the top angle, so I wasn't really sure.
Yes.
But fear, it definitely plays into how she's trying to do the boulder now. But I think she knows in her mind that if she does it correctly, she's not going to fall, which won't result in a bad fall.
That kind of stuff you just have to put behind you.
Exactly.
Well, Miho, look at that. Big smiles from her as she turns to the crowd and asks for their support. And they are more than happy to reciprocate. Oh. Left enough time for her to get back on. Needs to take a breath.
I think she's lost some of that intuitive flow that she had on the first attempt. She's not getting that toe hook on the volume anymore.
Yeah, she didn't put the right foot up. Good spot. Good spot.
Sure, she'll remember it. Come on, deep breath.
Catches it this time, places that left toe up, reaches in with the left palm, takes that tension. This will be her last attempt. She needs to give everything to hit that hold, and she does.
Very good.
Open-handed on that right hand, reaches in, takes the zone, and needs to be high and strong in the shoulders. Oh, and she goes
yes!
Miho Nanaka hits it. Amazing work from Miho Nanaka. She needs to take a breath, compose herself, and then she needs to do this very tricky mantle. You can see that screw on over on the left-hand side of the wall, and you can see that top hold. There's a long way to go yet.
Yeah, so she actually has to go backwards one move right now. Probably get the heel, get the hard left hand, and just, mantle all the way to the finish hold.
Oh my gosh, she's made it hard for herself, but she can definitely execute. Pushes hard off that heel. Oh no!
Oh no!
The foot pops and she drops. That's so close, but big smiles from Miho Nanaka. Oh, what an effort, a valiant effort from Miho Nanaka, who was so close to topping boulder number 3. She'll have to wait and see what happens now. But if Yanya and Alex top, then Miho will be eliminated for the super final. So, now we will have Janja Gambret. Janja joins us now. Let's see if she can make sense of these first moves. Big tunes for Janja Gambret on this third boulder.
Looks like Janja's favoring her elbow a little bit. I wonder if she's feeling it from that jump.
Yeah, maybe she is feeling it from that jump.
She's pretty straight-armed, but she held the swing on the last problem.
She got the toe up that time, so.
Gets close into the wall, matches in with that left hand, reaches down to the volume with the right. Readjusting just to find the good position. Pops up with the right hand and doesn't quite stick it. Very, very close there for the 18-year-old Slovenian.
I imagine these competitors are feeling pretty tired after a round of qualifiers, a round of semis, and the two difficult problems before that. You can kind of see it.
And not only that, Nina, Janja's had the lead season, she's had the Boulder World Cup season. You know, she's done a lot of competitions already and had to be at a physical peak for all of them.
Competition climbing is hard.
Yeah, go figure. Sean, you've done circuits. You've done the lead circuit and the bouldering circuit. How hard is it to maintain that level of fitness for such a long period of time?
It's definitely really hard, especially when you do multiple seasons. The only part that makes it a tiny bit easier is that to be in peak form for bouldering is slightly different than being in peak form for lead. So you do get to make that transition, and it does feel like two different seasons.
Well, let's see if she finds the flow this time. Bumps that left palm in. Rolls in on that left hand. Needs 100% commitment this time. Oh, and just misses it with the right hand. Just looks a little bit lackluster. Not quite got the snap that I would expect for that move. She's got time. 1 minute, 30 seconds exactly. Okay, 1 minute, 13 seconds on the clock for Janja Gambret. Chalks up, takes the first holds, uses that right toe hook, bumps the left palm in, switches the right to a heel and rolls that left hand round. Less than a minute on the clock now, needs to give everything she's got to hit in this next hold. Boom! There it is!
She sticks it. Very
Open-handed, amazing work. Looks for the zone. Puts the left toe hook in. Really strong to the bonus there. Uses the momentum for the cut loose to match on the next hold. Same as we saw Miho. Look at that deep lock there from Janja. Wiping her legs. Just instead of using chalk. Wiping her hands on her legs. Almost looked like she was going to try and go direct there, Sean.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if she was actually going to grab the volume as a pinch and come in with the right hand. But now she's just going to rest. She's going to go into lead mode. It's her last attempt, and I think she'll probably go double shoulder and get her heel up.
She's going to pinch it. This is her last attempt.
Get the heel up and come into the slope or just beside it.
Oh, man.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh.
Amazing work from Janja Gambret. Uses that right heel. Reaches up for that top hold. And matches it. Ladies and gentlemen, Janja Gambret guarantees her place in the Adidas ROCKSTARS Super Final here at the Porsche-Arena in Stuttgart. Ooh, it's getting exciting. Not bad, Nina. Not bad at all.
No, not bad at all. Honestly, the outdoor climber in me is really hoping one of these competitors would use a knee bar. But Yanya just really styled it.
Look at that flexibility. Super tenacity as well. I have to say though, Sean, looks tired.
She does look a little bit tired, but I mean, she just crushed that boulder, and she was climbing on it for what, 2 minutes? Definitely a crowd pleaser, Yanya.
At this point, I'm pretty impressed that Yanya doesn't carry a chalk bag with her. Because it
This
always
is
seems like
training.
she might need it, but in the end,
This is lead training for her.
yeah.
So we welcome back to the mat Alex Puccio. She now sits in second place behind Yanya Garnbret, who's in first. Alex is already guaranteed a place in the super final on countbacks. Her 2 flashes on blocks 1 and 2. Just gives the hold a quick brush. So Alex Puccio lines up for that first move.
And she actually didn't start on the right hold, so she's going to be called off. So the a little bit, her left hand was just a little bit too far to the right.
Yep.
Try again. There we go. Puts the right toe in. Bumps the left palm in. Reaches in with that left hand and rolls down with the right. Really fluid movement so far from Alex Puccio. Get ready for the snap. Oh, missed it. A little bit imprecise there. Is that a hard hold to see, do you think, from the angle, Sean?
I think it's because the foot's actually a little bit low, so they're having a bit of a hard time generating the momentum. You can see that it is a hard hold to catch as well, but I feel like if they could have the right foot a little bit higher, they'd be able to just kind of do the move. But they're just at their limit of their extensions. It's really, really hard.
Well, here she goes again for her 3rd attempt. Rather 4th attempt.
It sticks it. There you go.
Much better this time. She's looking solid now, Nina.
Oh!
Danger zone. Falls onto that left ankle, but she looks okay. Takes a breath.
I know she's thinking about that ankle. She recently had a mild sprain in Magic Whip, but she's very conscious about it.
And there she landed on her left leg, but I'm sure she was a bit worried about landing on it funny, but she looks okay, and she did a little wave to the crowd, showing that she was okay.
And actually now, maybe subconsciously, she's thinking, okay, well, I've fallen on my left leg. I'm fine. I'll be okay. So, Alex now has 1 minute and 30 seconds to compose herself. She asks the crowd for some support. They get noisy. Not quite finding the flow on that first move, but it's okay. She's got lots and lots of time.
Needs to take a little bit more rest for this.
I feel like next go, best go for Alex Puccio. Big deep breath, sharp exhale, gets herself in the zone, bumps the left hand across, reaches down to that volume, launches up to the crimp, makes no mistake this time. Snaps up to the bonus, that's the zone secured.
She knows what to do.
Stays tight on the shoulder and she holds
so
it.
strong.
No double clutch required. Pinches that top volume, places the right foot. Alex Puccio is steaming ahead now. Hits the screw with the left hand, and all she has to do is take that top hold.
Yeah.
And there it is. Alex Puccio secures her place in the super final. 3 tops. What a great work from her. Nina, you must be pretty psyched. You must be psyched.
Oh, I'm extremely excited to see that. I know that she's really happy too, so it's cool to see. And you're right, Alex is totally the type of person where, you know, she would be afraid of the fall before it even happens. I know that she's thinking about her ankle this entire competition, but once she takes that fall and she knows that she's okay, then she just gets right on fire.
There's no fear in her mind here as she
Exactly.
powers hard off that right leg and reaches up for that top hold. Relief, if anything else. Sean, we're going to see a super final between Alex Puccio and Janja Garnbret.
It's going to be really cool. They've both won the Adidas ROCKSTARS individually one time. So one of them's going to get their second, and I think it's going to be a really, really cool Super Boulder.
There's 10 years between them. Janja Garnbret's 18 years old. Alex Puccio's 28 years old. This
Poetic.
It's beautiful. I'm so psyched. Okay, there is the final women's result list. Miho is eliminated. Janja and Alex advance to the finals, or rather to the super finals. They'll climb side by side in a race to see who gets to the top first. But before all that happens, we're going to watch the action again.
Miho, that one was a really hard fall, and then she kind of had to bring it back together. Does the double clutch on the second, and just comes shy of the top. Here we have Janja. Had a bit of struggle on these moves. Eventually gets set up. Does it.
Great stab with the left foot there as well.
Composed herself on the top. Also does the double clutch here. And rested again at the top just to make sure that she had enough energy to finish this third boulder.
And then Nina, talk us through Alex's attempt.
Well, Alex just does that dyno so smooth for her. She doesn't have to double clutch at all. Really confident through this mantle part. And has enough energy at the end to completely match the finish holds, which shows a lot of confidence on Alex's part.
So let's take a look at the start list for the men for Boulder 3. Only 2 of these men will advance to the final. 2 of them are Japanese, and 1 of them is Korean. First out will be Jongwon Chon of Korea. Then he'll be followed by Kokoro Fuji of Japan, and also Tomoe Narazaki. Jongwon, of course, cementing himself as a crowd favourite with that wild celebration after boulder number 2. Waiting in the wings. And there he is, Jongwon Chon.
Smile on his face. He's definitely happy to be in this top 3.
Psyched.
He's got the head bob going on. He's feeling it.
That is a guy that's enjoying himself.
And this has a reverse start. Really cool. It's going to be facing the crowd actually all the way to that left volume, I think. And then he'll turn around.
So walks across on those cheetah volumes. Big stab with that right hand into the volume. Lots of tension required.
It's like crawling out of a mini cave.
Just trying to find the right foot position so that he doesn't slip out.
It's crazy too. He's trying to figure out whether he turns clockwise or counterclockwise.
Looking for the hold above him. Gonna see a real display of core tension. There it is. Look at that. Come on, Jongwon Chon.
Wow. Is that a face press, I see?
Using the face, and he sticks it. A lot of friction gap there from the face. Reaches up with the right hand. Look at that, cut loose. Extra strong there. Pinches the right on that screw on. Quick second to shake as he reaches up again with the left. Chon under pressure is so good.
This hold looks really good.
If he can make
the
this
last
work.
move just look crazy. Just got to keep it together.
Don't let your feet pop. Don't rush it. It's a slab.
Just a little bump.
He's
Get his
definitely
foot
worried
up.
about the feet.
Oh, come on. No.
Yeah, he goes to the top.
Oh.
Matches the top. And all he has to do is match the hole.
And with a flash,
Get up there.
and mantles the border to cheer to the crowd.
So stoked.
Jongwon Chon is very, very excited. Loves it. Well, the pressure is never... He tried so hard then. I can't wait to see that replay. Look at his legs and his arms.
His legs and his arms are bleeding everywhere.
So much friction. I think his girlfriend Sol Sat is in the crowd, which is why he's blowing kisses. Either that or he's got some friends. Yeah, he used his face to get out there. He used his arms and his legs on the wall. He literally gives everything he's got. Look at his leg, already bleeding on that right knee. Puts the left heel around the corner. That cuts his ankle.
Wow, that climb really tore him up. Crazy.
And then just moves up there. Okay, so pressure's on now. Tomono Asaki and Kokoro Fuji have had the gauntlet set for them. Jongwon Chon sits in first place with 3 tops in 10. Tomono Arasaki needs to top in less than 5 attempts. Kokoro Fuji has 3 attempts. So we'll just have to wait and see if they've got it.
Really cool for Jongwon as well. He's going to go to the Superfinal Boulder. He's been there once before, back in 2014. Well, maybe, exactly, sorry, when he raced me, but he has never won. Definitely a maybe. It'll depend on the next 2 competitors, but he's looking really good.
And you beat him?
Yes.
Yeah, you did.
Barely.
But you still beat him. You don't get points for second. Oh, no, you do. Kokoro Fuji just giving those holds a brush. He doesn't care that the clock's already started. He wants these holds to feel as good as possible. Reminding himself of the moves. Chalks up and approaches the boulder.
Even though he had a preview, he still took 45 seconds to make sure the holds were well brushed, and he was really well prepared for this first try.
I guess he knows he needs to do it quickly.
Seems like a mental ritual for these competitors to be able to brush all the holds themselves and make sure everything is perfect.
Is that something you do, Sean?
I do. It always depends on the boulder. Something like this where you're really pressing, and you know that Sean spent actually quite a long time on the boulder. Yes, you do. And I think he was doing the right thing there. He just kind of, it looked like he stepped off, but he definitely kind of fell. I'm sure his body just went slightly out of position. Now he has to reanalyze and look for a second attempt.
He has 2 more attempts if he wants to be in with a chance of qualifying for the super final. He has to do it in less than 3 attempts. Jongwon Chon sitting with 3 and 10.
And that's also assuming that Narasaki does the boulder.
Of course.
You can always just put pressure on him by doing it and see what happens.
Yeah. So, steps up again with that left foot. Right foot. It's weird seeing them facing out. I get mixed up. Uses that tension now to climb across between these volumes. Watch those feet. Just looking for the right position for the hand. Very high right foot there, you can see. Going to come back. All the way. He's going to turn earlier. He's really indecisive about what to do here. That was one thing Chon did. He just stuck with what he thought and committed. The whole time. Go on.
Oh, if you notice the competitor's right foot, it seems like they have to transition from a heel to a toe for that move, which Jongwon Chon did excellently, but this one seems a bit harder.
Kokoro Fuji not quite finding that beater. And again, that indecision is going to be slowing him down. It's going to be making him feel tired. For something like this that is so physical, you need every bit of gas in the tank that you can have. And he's basically pouring fuel all over the floor. I do like a metaphor. 44 seconds on the clock for Kokoro Fuji. So Kokoro Fuji reminds himself of his own moves.
And he's going to let it run down. This is going to be his last attempt.
So Kokoro Fuji reaches out with that right hand to the underside of the big volume, matches in with the left. Not only is this his last go, but this is the go he has to do it on if he wants to be in with a chance.
Oh, he's really got to commit.
High right foot again. Oh, he's looking really indecisive. He's coming back. Here comes the swing. Oh, and he's out of there. No top for Kokoro Fuji. Shakes his head knowing that that is the end of the competition for him. But what a great effort from the young Japanese climber. 24-year-old Kokoro Fuji. And what a lovely guy he is as well. So nice. Very friendly, as all the Japanese team are. Here we go again. What went wrong, Sean?
It's really hard to tell. This is one of those boulders you have to really feel it through. And he has his hand set up exactly how he wants it, and he just needs to take off his left foot and come and swing through and do the 180. Jongwon Chon did it a touch differently, where he actually stood up, I think, on his right leg on that far boulder, the far foothold, and then turned around. It's a very, very subtle difference, and it really depends, but it obviously worked for Chon.
Well, Tomoe Narazaki is already guaranteed a place in the super final, but he's going to climb nonetheless, and he maybe doesn't know that yet. The tempo is turned up here in the Porsche-Arena for this third boulder for Tomoe Narazaki. 21 Japanese. Reminds himself of the moves, just like Kokoro Fuji did. Felt like Chon was on much quicker than the other guys.
Yeah, it might be because he was the first competitor. After he does it on his... He flashed it.
Yeah,
They're probably
flashed
knowing, okay, we need to flash it if we know it's possible to flash it. And here's Tomoe. We're working actually pretty quickly at the beginning, but then, kind of figuring it out.
Much smaller than Chon and Kokoro.
So here, he's got both of his feet on that volume, exactly like Jongwon.
Oh, wow.
That's the 180.
So much better. This is going to be an amazing super final. I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but I can feel it. Tomoe Narazaki pops up with the left hand, reaches out with the right. From those two volumes, he needs to go up again to the undercut, slaps into it with the right hand, in control. Look at that high left foot on that volume. Oh, wow. Tomoe Narazaki takes it with the left and the right, matches and tops out. He looks tired, but he's happy. Another brilliant top. The third boulder for Tomoe Narazaki of Japan.
I think the crowd is really feeling this music tonight.
Oh, yeah.
So, it's confirmed Kokoro Fuji is eliminated, and our super final in the men's competition will be Jongwon Chon and Tomoe Narazaki. Let's watch that again. I mean, he just takes these next moves with such composure and such ease. Watch his right hand and then the left foot. The left foot's on before you even realise. Huh? Where did that come from? So high. Excellent flexibility, brilliant strength, great composure. Awesome work from Tomoe Narazaki. And so, we're going to go almost immediately into the women's Super Boulder. Super Boulder, of course, is a race. The two climbers will climb simultaneously. There's another angle, that top move for Tomoe Narazaki. What does it feel like to tag that buzzer, Sean?
When you're the first one, it's pretty crazy. And what's really, really cool is when you tag the buzzer and you turn around, it feels like the crowd is just within reach, just like you can reach the crowd. I think it's because they're so close. You obviously have the sea of athletes just beyond the stage. It's It's really surreal, the feeling you get.
Well, there's the boulder, the first time that we see it properly. Identical set.
This really is quite the crowd. This competition seems gigantic. Really
3,500
cool
people are in here tonight. 3,500.
Wow.
And here we see the results. It's Kokoro Fuji that's going to get eliminated. And then in the super final boulder, it's going to be Jongwon Chong against Tomoa Narasaki.
Here's that highlight reel again. That moment that Jongwon used his face. Watch his expression here.
So psyched. The emotion is real.
Do you think he enjoyed that?
I think he did. Getting ready for that super final boulder.
Kokoro Fuji just not quite working it out. Watch those feet. Didn't get both feet together, which was the biggest problem. And then Tomoa Narasaki, his usual nonchalant, seemingly easy style, just shuffling his way up the boulders. Very smooth indeed.
So Jongwon Chong advancing in the finals, like I said, super final, and it's going to be the second time he's there, and maybe he's going to get his first victory, but he's guaranteed first or second. Obviously, Tomoa Narasaki won last year, and it was the first year he was in the final.
So here's the women's super boulder, and we can see it looks slopey, pinchy, bouncy. It looks very, very cool indeed. So the climbers will climb simultaneously. It's a race. They'll have 4 minutes. If they both are in a flash, then it's the first person to get to the top. They have to stand on the top of the wall and tag the red buzzer that you can see next to that orange light. The first person standing after tagging that buzzer is the Adidas Rockstar winner 2017. They can have as many attempts as they need within that 4 minutes. And of course, once the buzzer's finished, if they're still both climbing, they're allowed to continue their attempt. There is the infamous buzzer. Expect the crowd to go suitably wild when one of the athletes tags it. Now, will we see what we saw last year, which was a battle of the fitness between Jesse Pills and Janja Garnbret, both of them taking the entire 4 minutes to work out the beater and get close to the top? Or will we see what happened with the men's competition last year, which was an incredibly fast flash ascent, basically fastest climber wins, and Tomoa Narasaki outpaced Jan Hoyer for that top spot? Only one way to find out. Akio? That's like Alex Puccio, but if you skip out a little bit of the word, that's how you get. Alex Puccio getting herself fired up in sight. Janja Garnbret doing the same. And here they come.
And looking at the boulder, it's going to come down to actually the first 2 moves.
You think?
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, the first opening move is kind of like a double clutch, and you need to stab your foot out to that blue and obviously yellow volume. Once you get that, it's almost, you either need to match hands and go up to the yellow volume, just kind of over that limb. But I think once they get up to that black, I think it's kind of done, but it might take a little bit of time.
So here they are. As you see on the screen on the left-hand side is 18-year-old Janja Garnbret. And on the right-hand side of the screen is 28-year-old Alex Puccio. Slovenia versus the USA in the super final of the 2017 Adidas Rockstars. Off they go. Puccio wasting no time at all. Here we go. Alex launches across, misses it first time. Jan launches across and doesn't hit it. Okay. No flashes yet. They're not in sync. Oh, going for the double slap this time, Puccio. Janja trying the same thing.
I feel like it's in the foot.
Static!
Statics it
Janja
out.
Garnbret hits it static.
And
it's off. Let's see what Alex Puccio does this time.
Did she see her?
I'd say no. Oh, close. 3 minutes and 17 seconds on the clock.
It's a battle of beta with these two. Who's going to figure it out?
Janja Gambrit goes static again. Oh, but pops again. Just a little bit too far to really hold that right hand in control. Alex Puccio trying the static beater as well, but not quite working it out. I think it might be like you said, Sean, once one of those sticks, those first two moves, it's all going to be over.
It's crazy too. They're just like firing off attempts and getting nervous, and they might want to rest. They might want to start resting now a little bit. Maybe watching the other competitor, I'm not sure. I hear Alex has a static that move. Is she gonna get?
She gets it.
Yes,
come
Alex
in.
is going to get it. Oh, I don't want to jinx her actually.
Reaches,
Oh,
no,
jinxed her.
curses her. Oh, I'm going to tell her it was your fault.
No.
Very close there, but that's the best we've seen yet from Alex Puccio. Yanni Garnbrook goes. Static again. Oh.
Here's Alex again on this move. Is he gonna go for the?
Oh, tries to go 1, 2, 3, matches in with the high foot, pop with the left.
Yanya's just having a little bit of trouble now sticking that blue volume.
Both climbers getting more and more tired. Alex Puccio says, come on guys, give us some support. The crowd picks up a decibel, or 3. Yanyagama reaches out static, so does Alex Puccio. They're almost in sync now.
Here. Oh,
but Alex
Yanya
Puccio
falls, Alex
doesn't
still
fall.
on. Goes for the heel hook.
Alex with the
Is she
heel
gonna
hook.
get it?
She hits
Yes!
it! Alex Puccio hits the left hand.
Oh my gosh, come on, Alex.
Oh, there at the back. Yanyagama's moving up to the boulder, but Alex Puccio hits
Yes.
the black volume. Alex Puccio just has the mantle to the top. Can she do it? Pops with the left hand. Hits it with the left. Right heel on. Come on, Alex Puccio.
And she got it.
Your 2017 adidas ROCKSTARS champion, Alex Puccio.
Down to the wire too. It took them so many tries, and in the end, Alex just pulls it out, changes her beta a few times, and just does the boulder.
Dude, it's that magic heel hooking. I'm telling you, that was amazing.
Well, that's Alex Puccio's second ROCKSTARS title. The crowd give her a standing ovation. What an amazing super final. And a brilliant performance from the 28-year-old American. Big hugs for both climbers. Of course, orange but green with the tongue out. House band tonight. What a final. Nina, what do you have to say about that?
Well, I called it.
You did call it.
It's really cool to see Alex back in such good form, especially after a few hard injuries for her.
Yeah, some real bad injuries, but comes back stronger every time, and that's a brilliant finish to the competition. Mike Hamill is going to have a word with Alex himself now, I believe. So let's check out the slow-mo. Sticks it static just with the tips of that left hand. Catches the right hand. That was the knowledge, catching the right hand, throwing the right heel up. That right heel gave her enough tension in the sling to hold the whole thing. Swings behind her with the right foot. Pops up with the right hand, matches in. Cruises to the top. Look at that right heel placement, perfect precision. And a big sigh of relief from Alex Puccio.
She's almost more relieved than she is happy. She's just like, I can't believe I just did that. Still, just an amazing performance by Alex Puccio.
Alex, we had a nice breakfast together. Did you thought about coming back to Adidas ROCKSTAR and winning?
No, actually, this is a pleasant surprise. I've been in Magic Wood climbing outside a lot, and I think from taking a break from competitions, I come back with a more free spirit and a better mentality. So,
What is different with Adidas Rockstars in comparison to other comps?
Well, first off, it's really fun. I mean, the other competitions are really stressed the whole time, and of course all of us want to win and do our best still, but it's a really good atmosphere for us all to relax as best as we can, so you can enjoy the whole entire weekend. And I mean, isolation is like the best isolation in the world, so.
Talking about the Super Boulder route, the guys did an awesome job, right?
Yeah, it's amazing, and I think it's really cool when the boulder problem is actually really hard for the super block, and I know it makes it kind of risky that maybe one of us wasn't going to actually send it, but I mean, turns out one of us did, and I mean, I think Yanya could have got up it just as easily as I could. She's really strong, and yeah, I think the setting here is incredible, just like every year.
How is that crowd?
Amazing, it's huge.
We always saying that is a kind of a wall, is this? When you're going out here and you're steering into 3,000, we're in 7,000 eyes. Is this goosebump feeling?
Yeah, and it makes you really want to try harder, and it's cool to like get the crowd interacted with you. And I mean, thank you everyone for all the positive energy. It really helped me get up the boulders today.
Absolutely stunning. Your rockstar, Alex Puccio, and your runner-up with Yanya Gambret.
A great interview there from our crowned rock star for the Adidas Rockstars 2017. Nina, she just seems really humble in her victory, but also really, really happy.
Yeah, it's really cool to see her energy. I mean, she thanked, Mike, she thanked the crowd, and I know that it's completely genuine. It came from the heart.
So we can see on the screen there, tied for 5th place, Shauna Coxey and Aya Ono. 4th place, Akio Noguchi. 3rd place, Miho Nanaka. 2nd place, Yanya Gambret. But 1st place was, of course, Alex Puccio. Let's take a look at the journey that Alex took to get here. So this was Boulder 1 in the qualifiers. She climbed so well on that boulder. Not all, only quite, I'm trying to speak, Sean, only a small number of women topped that boulder. Alex climbed it in great style. Then really, really solid on that dyno, also in the qualifiers. A lot of people had trouble with that one. Oh, was that the semis? That was the semis,
yep.
Yeah. You remember that one, Nina?
Oh, yeah, unfortunately.
It's a tough one.
Dyno is hard.
There you see Alex Puccio on the 4th boulder of the semi-finals. Cruising away. She looked so solid on this spot. Had a bit of everything this one. Flexibility, compression, technique.
This move was a straight-up one-legged squat.
Well, I'm sure she was doing pistol squats in her rehab. Took that crib with very, very impressive force and cruised to the top. And of course, here in the finals tonight, she was the first person to flash that boulder with that double clutch beater. Brilliant, brilliant moment for Alex Puccio when the dreams started to become a reality. And then, of course, when she found this crazy left heel beater that enabled her to reach through, finish strong on women's number 2. And then women's number 3 took a nasty fall, but that didn't stop her. Again, executing with precision, tenacity, and great strength. Look at that, caught that right hand imperfectly, to say the least, but still managed to wind it back in. Finish so strong. And then, of course, it came down to the super final, and she powered through that final sequence, slapped to the top of the wall, placed that right heel, and finished. Won that super final, and of course, was crowned Adidas Rockstars champion of 2017. Now we can go live to the stage and join Robeat in a drum battle with the Orange But Green drummer. Adidas. 2, 3, 4. One more time. One, two, three, four. Come on. Come on.
Alle Hände.
Come on. Come on. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more time.
I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it. I like to move it, move it.
You like to
I like to move it. I like to move, move. I like to move it, move it.
You like to
Move it.
come on. Three, two, one, here. And that was, of course, Robeat and the drummer from Orange But Green having somewhat of a jam session. Ah, dear. Of course, while that was happening, the route setters were frantically switching the super boulder from the women's super final to the men's super final. And of course, in the men's super final, we're going to see Tomoe Narazaki compete against Jongwon Chong. Both of these climbers have been in super finals before. Only one of them has won before. So either Jongwon Chong's going to take his first title, or Tomoe Narazaki will take his second. You ready, Nina?
I think I am. This
Sean,
problem,
you still with us?
I'm ready.
this problem looks like it'll be a little more dynamic than the women's. I think it might go a bit faster.
I think it's going to go a lot faster, and I think it actually is going to take him a little bit just to start. The three points on that left volume, one on the other one. It's going to be a paddle and then a hard mantle.
So the countdown begins for the super final. Love that!
love that.
Love that! Little fist bump from both climbers, and Tomoe Narazaki is, oh my gosh, so fast. Power of the mantle now. Who's going to mantle first? Oh! Tomoe Narazaki launches himself up there, and he is just so fast. Unbelievable. I mean, that guy needs to have the record or something. The fastest descent on a boulder problem in a final.
It's over already.
It's over, Nina.
Over, and Jongwon just destroyed that boulder. I'm sorry, no, Tomoe just destroyed that boulder.
We literally just left speechless.
And
It's that fast.
Jongwon got a little bit stuck on the mantle, but Tomoe was already at the top.
And he just explodes through those moves. I really think that Tomoe Narazaki in this type of comp is like the perfect competitor. Climb as fast as you can, straight up the wall. Tomoe's done, he's gone. They need him for an interview, they need him for a camera shot, but he's gone. There he is. Come back, Tomoe. Amazing work from the young Japanese climber. Stifling a smile there.
Oh, there it is. Smile.
Brilliant work from both climbers, but Tomoe Narazaki proving that he really is the super final superstar.
How fast is this? Are we gonna
So let's watch that replay again. They fist bumped, sprinted over. Tomoe Narasaki taps the right foot, takes the right hand. Look at the speed on that. And he just took a second to find the right position with his hand. As soon as that heel goes on, he's like, oh, he's off. No, boom. Sprints to the top.
You could tell he completely had his eyes on the prize, was in total focus. Even when he slipped, he never looked down, he never hesitated.
He was just
brought
going
it all
upwards
the way.
the whole time. And Jungwon John was meanwhile thinking, oh, okay. So we're going to get a few words now with Tomoe Narasaki and Mike Harmel.
Thank you very much for this incredible show. Did you expect it to be that fast on the top? It's a little bit problem. He wanted to say that you are the best public in the world, and it is the best thing for him winning the Adidas ROCKSTARS twice. How is that feeling to be for the second time Adidas ROCKSTARS? You can do this in Japanese as well.
Japanese?
Yes, Japanese.
今年はまだ1回も勝つことができていなかったんでもう一度一緒できて嬉しいです。はい。
Hi. Yeonwon. Unbelievable. We told the story coming from the Adidas ROCKSTARS event in Korea. First time 22nd, next year 5th. Then in the super final versus Sean McCall. Today in the super final with Tomoe Narasaki. Is he a different world? So fast on the super boulder?
Yeah, I will most hit the Puccio next year.
He hits the passer next year. That is exactly what I want to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, your champions, Yeonwon Chung and your Adidas ROCKSTAR.
Fighting talk from Jungwon Chon. And I'm not really sure what Tomoe Narasaki said. I'm sure it was all lovely. Brilliant finish to the competition. Jungwon Chon, if you didn't catch it, said, I'm going to hit that buzzer next year. And now we can see Tomoe Narasaki's journey to the top of the Adidas ROCKSTARS 2017 competition. Of course, this was the qualifiers, stemming out into that groove, dragging with that left hand. Looked so composed and so solid on a block that Sean and I had wondered if was going to be much harder for the shorter guys and easier for the tall guys. Narasaki proved us wrong. Although in this clip you would say otherwise. So tenacious. Neon, anyone that uses a knee gets a good gold star in my books. Manages to get that left foot. I mean, he just doesn't give up.
That's exactly it. He refuses to give up. He keeps going for the top. I bet if we saw a top-down shot, we'd just get the laser eyes, the full force.
He just seems to fall upwards, basically. He's like coming off, he's coming off. No, he's still going up, but he's not on. And of course, also in the qualifiers. No, this was the semi-finals. Oh, what a move this was. That was the finals.
Wow,
This is the finals.
coordination.
This flash on boulder number 2.
And Sean, he just left us in awe on that move.
Boulder number 1, excuse me. First boulder, first competitor out.
Just so relaxed. Oh, and on this one.
Something I've noticed with both of the 2017 ROCKSTARS winners, they really pulled ahead of the pack in the fact that they really didn't look tired throughout the entire round. Both Tomoe and Alex just sort of destroyed the climbs that they got on with a lot of decisiveness, and I think that set them apart from everyone else.
And there, of course, was the moment that he topped out that boulder in the finals before the super final. And then came the sprint. And it really was a sprint finish for Tomoe Narasaki, who launched himself up those boulders. Palming down, heel on. Exploding off that heel, even with the palm slipping. Big smiles from Tomoe Narasaki. Really amazing competition for him, Sean.
He did so amazing, and just the speed and the effort he does on that last boulder. He knew exactly what he was going to do. He executed it perfectly. I loved the fist bump before they started the boulder, and he's obviously the only one to top the boulder and push the button.
Nina, they really put on a great show.
They really did.
So let's quickly look at those final results list for the men. In 6th place was Alexei Rubtsov. 5th place, Mokotan Yamaguchi. 4th place, birthday boy Dmitry Sharafutinov. 3rd place, of course, was Kokoro Fuji. And in the super final, Jongwon Chon finished 2nd to Tomoa Narazaki. Right now, we're going to go live to the award ceremony. Mike Harmel will introduce all of the award winners. We, of course, have the awards for the super final winners. We have the awards for the vertical live vote. And we have the couples award. Couples award, which is the strongest couple. The athletes can register as couples, the winners of which win the biggest suite in the hotel for the night, bottle of champagne, and Hilton bathrobes.
In 3rd place for the men's competition as well. 3rd place for Kokoro Fuji, representing Japan. Die warten drauf, die sagen, es ist nicht genügend Applaus. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, here's your 3rd place tonight, bronze medalist, Auf die Sieger, rechts vorne an der Bereich, durch Kugelbau von Obertexten auf die Axel Burkhardt. Director Autor, Adidas Terrex, für Platz Nummer 3. Come on, let's hear it. Mio Nanaka. And your Adidas Rockstar for Mio Nanaka. In 3rd place for the men's competition. Let's hear it for Kokoro Fuji. Great job, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear it for Mio Nanaka and Kokoro Fuji. Our runner-up tonight in the women's competition, the Adidas Rockstar 2016. Today's 2nd place, here's Yanya Gambret. Unbelievable performance of Yanya, 18 years young, the reigning world champion and World Cup Oval champion lead climbing. And ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Your runner-up tonight in the men's competition from Korea, Yeongbon. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to present you our winners, Adidas Rockstar 2017, representing United States of America, Alex Puccio. Ladies and gentlemen, the Adidas Rockstar 2017 is the Adidas Rockstar 2016. It's the reigning world bouldering champion. Put your hands together from Japan, Tomoa Nagasaki. Ladies and gentlemen, your medalist, boom! Tomoa Nagasaki, Alex Puccio, Yeongbon Chong, Yanya Gambrit, Miho Nanaka, Kokoro Fuji, the heroes of our sport. So, 2 Sondervotes haben wir heute ebenfalls gehabt und ihr habt euren Favorite Rockstar gewählt über die Vertical Live App und zwar nicht nur hier in der Halle, sondern 46.000 draußen und der Favorite Rockstar 2017. Meine Damen heißt Shonokochi! And your favorite rockstar in the men's competition, aus Deutschland, Jörn Heuer! Da kommen sie, kommt diesen Applaus! Your favorite rockstar, voted by the Vertical Live and members, Jörn Heuer! That is a fantastic award, Jan. The favorite crowd's favorites. That is your place. Jan Heuer. Winner of the World Cup. Jan Heuer. And right now our last award is the Best Couple Awards. And the Best Couple Award tonight is the biggest suite in the Hilton Hotel. You're gonna have fun. Yanya Gambrit and Shonokochi winning the Best Couple Awards. Here she comes, Shonokochi. Stuttgart, you have been the best spectators in the world and as traveling the world as a sports announcer. Ihr wart unfassbar mit einer unglaublichen Show für diese großartigen Athleten. Thank you very much, Stuttgart. You have been awesome and these great heroes standing there. Thank you very much. See you next year, 21st and 22nd of September 2018. This was Adidas Rockstar 2017. Let's party in the Palm Beach, Cancun. See you tonight.
So let's check out some of those most special moments from the competition. Tomoe Narazaki just so casual in the finals. It's been an absolutely wonderful event, as always, Adidas Rockstars. Sean, maybe you can tell me what you think your highlight was from the whole competition.
I mean, definitely watching Tomoe compete in all these boulders. He's the only one to top all 4 boulders. But the highlight was definitely in the super final. I mean, they got counted down, and then they do the fist bump just before starting. I mean, it's so good. It shows the sportsmanship. Obviously, Tomoe flashes the boulder. Jongwon just couldn't quite finish it, and then Tomoe takes the victory.
And Nina, what about you?
You know, my personal highlight was really seeing that turning point in both Tomoe and Alex's finals round. Alex, once she figured out her beta and took it to the top, and Tomoe, when he was going for the top and his hand slipped and he still kept that focus going, it's really inspiring to see and honestly makes me want to try hard in all of my climbs as well.
Can we expect to see more competition climbing from you, Nina?
I'm not committing to anything, although I will say being here in this atmosphere, it's such a fun environment to be in. I'll definitely be back for more.
And Sean, what about you? You're nursing that finger injury. It sounds like it's on its way to recovery.
Definitely is, and I mean, it's a year until the next one. Definitely going to be back for that one, and hey, maybe I can go in the finals against Jongwon, who is also guaranteed that he'll touch the buzzer.
Love that. And will we be seeing you any comps again soon?
I'm not sure. It always depends on my fingers feeling, and yeah, I got to take it day to day.
Let's keep our eye on those highlights for a couple more minutes. Oh, that face plant never gets easier to watch. Miho fully bit the mats there, but still climbed on and climbed so well. Alex Puccio, of course, getting the crowd going, and there they are. What a phenomenal crowd. Let's just talk about them for a second. 3,500 people going absolutely mental. What an atmosphere.
It's crazy, and it definitely helps. You feel the energy just pushing you higher and higher towards the top, and I think it really helped them.
And I'm sure the competitors can feel that energy too. I mean, like Alex said, that alone, I'm not alone, but it's definitely a factor in getting her up the wall.
Well, listen, I want to say a huge thank you to you, Sean, for joining me all weekend. Nina, for you too, for all of your commentary help and highlights. You guys have given great insight and expertise, and it's been a pleasure to have you along. It's been a phenomenal event here at the Adidas Rockstars. My name's Liam Lonsdale. Thank you so much for joining us this weekend. We will see you next year.